welcome back to my channel. Christmas is the perfect time to slow down, get creative, and make something meaningful. This year, instead of buying a gift, I decided to make one by hand for my Dutch friend Rolf. Rolf is from the Netherlands, a country famous for bicycles, windmills, and a very serious relationship with direct honesty. So if this gift isn't good enough, he will definitely tell me. The idea: I wanted to prove that even scrap materials can become something special. Everything in this video is made from leftover oak wood, pieces that might otherwise end up unused. No fancy materials, no mass production. Just time, tools, and a bit of sawdust everywhere. The first gift is a double-layer key holder made from oak scrap wood. Oak is strong, timeless, and ages beautifully, a bit like Dutch cheese, but with less smell. For a personal touch, I placed Rolf's name, cut from golden acrylic, into the second layer of the key holder. The name sits flush with the surface, subtle, elegant, and not too flashy. Gold felt appropriate, not because Rolf is extravagant, but because the Dutch once ruled global trade, so historically speaking, this is accurate. Now we cut out the leather part of the key ring. And now it's time to cut Rolf's name from golden acrylic. Before gluing, everything is dry fitted one last time. Because once the glue is on, there's no room for negotiation. I apply an even layer of wood glue, carefully aligning both layers so the grain flows naturally. Clamps go on slowly, pressure is applied evenly, and then, waiting begins.
One eternity later.
The most annoying thing: sanding, sanding, and more sanding. And then some extra sanding, just to be sure. Edges, surfaces, corners, everything needs attention. It's dusty, repetitive, and never as fast as you want it to be. But he is worth it, so I keep sanding. This step is important, though. Good sanding is what turns a rough piece of wood into something you actually want to touch.
One eternity later.
To protect the wood and bring out the grain, I finished the key holder with my own homemade linseed oil and beeswax paste. It's simple, natural, and gives the oak a warm, soft sheen, not glossy, just alive. The wood darkens slightly, the grain pops, and the surface feels smooth to the touch. As for the recipe, let's just say it's the same level of secret as Coca-Cola. I could tell you what's in it, but then I'd have to make you a key holder too. To complete the key holder, I add a leather strap and a metal ring. The leather brings warmth and texture, while the metal ring adds strength and functionality. It's a small detail, but it changes how the piece feels and how it's used. Practical, durable, and easy to grab on the way out the door. Very Dutch. No unnecessary decoration, just materials that age well and do their job. Now comes the hardest part of the entire build. I have to glue tiny golden acrylic letters, one by one, to spell Rolf's name, perfectly aligned, perfectly spaced. There is no second chance here, no undo button. And definitely no room for shaky hands. Each letter is placed carefully into the second layer, making sure it sits flush and straight. This is the moment where breathing becomes optional. If one letter is even slightly crooked, yes, a Dutch person will notice. Slow movements, steady hands, and a lot of silent concentration. But patience matters, especially when making a gift, and the Dutch are very good at waiting. They wait at bike lights. They wait for the wind to change. They even wait calmly for brutally honest feedback. And now our key holder is finally ready. I hope you like it. Now let's continue with part 2, Christmas tree decoration. The second gift is a double-layer Christmas tree decoration made using a CO laser. The laser allows clean cuts and fine details with absolute precision. Because if something is even slightly misaligned, a Dutch person will notice. They might not say anything, but they will notice. The layered design adds depth while keeping the ornament light and minimal. Festive, but calm. Decorative, but not excessive. And again, the most annoying thing, sanding. Sanding. And more sanding. And then some extra sanding, just to be sure. I must keep sanding. I must keep sanding. No, I can't. Yes, I can. I must keep sanding. I must keep sanding. No, I can't. Yes, I can. Once the layers are cut and assembled, I move to the fun part, painting the top layer. I choose colors that feel festive and warm, brushing carefully to highlight the shapes and details. Then comes the magical moment, glitter. A gentle sprinkle adds sparkle and captures the light beautifully. It's playful, cheerful, and gives the ornament a real holiday feel. The glitter is subtle, not over the top, just enough to make it shine on the Christmas tree. Now it's time to glue the layers together. The base and top layers are aligned carefully, clamps are applied, and I wait for the glue to set. And then, the moment of truth. As I remove the clamps, the ornament comes together, and the effect is finally visible. The depth, the colors, the glitter, everything comes to life. It's that magical moment when all the work pays off. The final result, 2 handmade gifts. 1 piece of scrap oak, a lot of sanding. Tiny letters glued perfectly. And 1 glittering, layered Christmas ornament that finally shines as intended. In the end, these gifts aren't about wood or acrylic. They're about time, effort, and friendship. I hope Rolf will enjoy them. And if not, at least I know he'll tell me honestly. Thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe. I wish you all a warm, creative, and cozy Christmas. And Rolf, if you're watching this, I may have spent hours sanding, gluing, and adding glitter. So if it breaks, just call it a limited edition Dutch surprise. Goodbye, and see you in the next project.